Hey, it's Beck, you're on Landed, joined by the ultimate road dog, Ash Grunwald. How are you?
Good, thank you. 9
shows in to the Road Dogs Diary Tour, the national tour. How's it been so far?
That's been really fun. I think we've done, what, 4,000 Ks or something like that.
So you are keeping
been pretty
track
crazy. Well, around about that. I could be way up by about 1,000 Ks, but we've done a lot of Ks. Yeah.
So how did the actual tour come out? You know, the Road Dogs, Diaries tour, because, you have been called a road dog many a time.
Yeah, well, originally it was the name of a blog of mine, but then we thought that we'd travel around and film it. So we've got Steph here filming this very interview, and we're just trying to capture life on the road and just all the things that you do on stage, the things that come up in between times, and just the things that you do for fun. And
like surfing, you're capturing a lot of that incorporating it into the documentary as well.
Yep, and we went down the Great Ocean Road, and which is really good because we had the Grains, these guys over here that you're going to talk to after, who hadn't seen down there, so we went and saw some really good spots or whatever. We didn't get amazing waves or anything, but was good. And when we get further north, we're going to actually have pro surfers who are friends come along, and that'll be really good for the filming, because watching me kook around on waves is not probably the best filming.
Bo Young is actually going to be performing as well as surfing, professional surfer, obviously, world champ.
Yep. Bo's coming, and Dave Rastovich, who's an amazing surfer and a good buddy and a really good percussionist.
Yeah.
He's going to be coming along, and Matt Hoy, who's an amazing surfer and got his own TV stuff he does and whatever. And he's just renowned, apart from surfing, for just partying. That's his specialty. And Nat Young, and a few other characters, and Neil Purchase and a few other fellas. But and we're just hoping, we're hooking up with other musos and whatever we can get happening.
Like Cram, from Spiderbait, he's joining you for some shows. It's a very look, if you get a ticket, there's always a surprise that's going to happen at night, right?
Yeah, well, that's the idea, to make it a bit of an extravaganza kind of thing. And actually at especially a lot of the coastal shows. I think tonight in Canberra we're doing something skate related, but often we have surf films up and surf photography.
Flashing in the background.
Yeah.
Showcasing, and you meet a lot of colourful characters along the way as well,
absolutely.
in each town. And I mean, I can only imagine how many people you've met over the time that you've been touring, like a decade of hitting the road. Are you hooking up with those people along the way as well, showcasing some of those colourful people in those towns? Or?
Well, I haven't done, what about old Vic? Yeah, let's go look him up. But you just meet those guys anyway. I mean, like the night before last, we're in 2 different vans, and we're in the back van because we stayed and got some footage with a good snowboard and went snowboarding and stuff. And then we're travelling, we're running out of petrol, and it was snowing over Thredbo, and we're like, oh no, we're not going to get it. Let's just pull in here. And I'm like, okay, let's go in here. And it was like, I think this place called King Coben. It's freezing cold, and there's guys outside drinking and playing darts outside with a fire and a drum, and this guy goes, what are you doing with that, mate? Oh, I won't tell you what he said, but called us genitalia, and we were going, oh, all right, okay. We went inside, and this old drunk guy abused us, and then he's abusing everybody, and everybody's abusing everyone. It ended up really good. It brought us together, the culture of abuse. But they're the things that just happen
on the road
all the time on the road, and they are pretty funny. And I reckon it'd be worth capturing. Hopefully it'll be a good thing.
Is there any bits that haven't been captured that you wish the cameras were rolling on?
That always happens, especially some of the levels of discussion and whatever in the van. And that's always the case, but you just get what you can,
So can you explain what a road dog is? Like, what's the definition of a road dog?
Just a troubadour, just a traveller who just, does their thing. But like, you can have guys on the road who aren't road. That's that's how it's best defined by thinking of what a road dog isn't. And like sometimes you could have another new sound guy come on the road or a new band member, and they're like, don't put your muddy feet on my stuff, and it's like, oh my god, oh no, these sleeping arrangements aren't quite right for me.
So soft. It's the opposite of soft.
Yeah, it's just road hardened, I think, and just being able to sleep in a puddle is the main thing. You know.
Have you had to sleep in
No,
a puddle?
I've been bogged in a puddle and had to sleep in a board bag, but that's about it. But you know, it's just
you
that
would
thing
be willing
travelling.
to for the art. To
Yes,
sleep in a
yes,
puddle.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Now I call you on a quote because Drum Media said that you were the naughty, sexy version of John Butler.
I remember that quote.
Now, has John Butler called you on this? Has he come up to you and said,
What's so
"Ah,
naughty and sexy about you, dude?" No, I think that was in reference to the album, and I guess Hot Mama Vibes. You know that story
It is a bit naughty,
about
bit
this woman who
sexy.
has a harem of guys and girls, and stuff like that. I guess is not necessarily what people think is in a normal Roots album, but yeah, I'm just definitely want to do what I want to do, and just not try and curtail what I want to do too much. And I must say, as every year goes past, I think more and more, stop self-censoring so much. And I think, with the internet and YouTube and different things that people are getting used to, I don't think they want you to censor yourself so much anymore. I still find myself doing it.
Yeah, we overgovern ourselves. Just want to let go and just be.
I think showing people the private side and having a bit of a laugh, we all do it anyway.
Yeah.
But then you get to this certain level where you go, okay, I won't really be real here because it might offend somebody with a rude word or, a out there concept. But, comedians don't worry about that.
No.
And certain rock
You don't
stars.
have to be perfect.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to fall in public.
Exactly.
Or make a fool.
Yeah. And I think with every year that goes past, I think I'll start doing that for sure. I think a lot of people will.
And I guess it's a comfortability with your fans as well, because obviously they've become so familiar with you over the years. I mean, what else? What else are you going to tell them but the private stuff?
Yeah. Well, that's true. And you also get in that dangerous situation where you're dangerously comfortable in interviews that are going live to air. And you just don't care anymore after a while because it's just so much part of your life.
And Hot Mama Vibes, the album itself, the fifth album, I guess you did get to that level of comfort where you're just expressing things that you did contain for quite some time. You didn't hold back. I mean, it's called Junkyard Soul. You've incorporated all sorts of instruments, all sorts of styles, experimental.
You're good.
Yeah.
Just it is a concoction, I guess, and just embracing that, and not curtailing it anymore. And it's pretty important to self-produce yourself a lot of the time, and you do put yourself in a nice little box, and you don't want to vary things too much. But once again, you're right. Like as time's gone on, I just thought I'm just going to let this go where it wants to go, kind of thing.
Now, Walking, the first single from the album, obviously did fairly well. It actually featured on a movie recently.
Yeah, on Limitless. Yeah, I was totally stoked by that, and just spun out sitting there in the cinemas and seeing it come on at the turning point of the movie, really super loud.
I loved looking through your Facebook, and somebody said, I just caught Limitless, and is it sped up, man, or is that normal speed?
Yeah.
It is a pretty fast, outrageous track.
Yeah, it's definitely got a lot crammed into it, and that was the style of Trials who produced it. And it's got 150 tracks of audio or something like that on it, so it's a lot of music jammed into that one track. But that was really good, and I got amazing news. I think this is going to happen today. On the way to Canberra, I got the news that they want one of my tracks from for a new Ben Stiller movie with him and Eddie Murphy and Alan Alda. And on the text it said, "Oh yes, I'm really cool producer, but director."
Yeah, I'll name drop later.
Yeah.
Around the concept. It must blow your mind. Obviously, it's sort of everything snowballed for you. It's been a year that Hot Mama Vibes has been out into the universe now, and it's still getting traction.
Yeah, I had a good old froth in the car before about that. I was like, just thinking, because the sickest thing about that kind of thing is you're just asleep in the car, and then you get a call and it's like, oh yeah, they want this for that, and it's like, you didn't do anything extra. And it was like a track, sort of a track 8, you know, track, which I started to think these days people might not be interested in album tracks anymore, because it's all like everybody's just, oh yeah, I like that one, get it on iTunes or download it. Yeah, it's very single oriented, and I was started to think maybe the album's dead and there's no cause for that slower song that isn't so catchy. But yeah, I've got a few different things of. There was something, one of the tracks from Hot Mama also ended up on a TV show in America, and that went really well for me as well, and that was like, yeah, track 8, track 9 kind of thing. So that's cool. We'll keep making the album songs, that's for sure.
What was the track?